But I say unto you, love your enemies. Bless them that curse you. Do good to them that hate you. And pray for them which despitefully use you and persecute you.
Which is the first commandment of all?
Hear, O Israel, the Lord our God is one Lord. Thou shalt love the Lord thy God with all thy heart, and with all thy soul, and with all thy might, and with all thy strength. This is the first and great commandment, and the second is like unto it. Thou shalt love thy neighbor as thyself. On these two commandments hang all the law and the prophets.
Master, thou hast said the truth. There is one God, and none other but He. And to love Him with all the heart, and with all the understanding, and with all the soul, and with all the strength, and to love his neighbor as himself, is more than all the whole burnt offerings and sacrifices.
Thou art not far from the kingdom of God.
No, you, no me. Are you, baby? We're all in the kingdom of God. There you go. So, yeah, guys. Well, Guy. Here's our Joe. Oh, and Barry. Good to see you. And Jimmy and Mick Slapping. Oh, it's just that mine just says one waiting at the minute. And I'm like, well, then I look around and there's names there. Hey, guys. Good to see you. This is the second part of the first part. Second part of the first part. You know what I mean? No, it's a two-part testimony, but we only got halfway through the first part yesterday. Not even halfway through. So I'm just going to continue with the second part of the first part today. Hopefully not to talk too much through it. Maybe I spoke more yesterday because there was a lot more people on. I don't know. But let's hopefully we get through it. Let me get it up ready anyway. I can't remember the guy's name, Zachary. Anyway, I remember I guessed it at Pedro. When Zachary came up, I thought that's not too bad. It's not too bad a guess. You know what I mean? Zachary Quinto had the kind of Spanish name. You know what I mean? Not too bad. Here we go. Let's get it up. I can't even remember how far in. It was about 38 minutes or something. I'll have to check it when I get there. Let's see. There it is.
13 steps to becoming a...
Right, so I think it was about...
Babe.
Yes?
I keep roboting.
I never heard anything.
No, me roboting.
Well, just go out and come back in.
Right.
Right
hearing it till probably I was in my 40s. But, you know, it's pedophiles, obviously, that are watching the movies.
Yeah, I think it was around about here because it said the word quite a lot. So I'm going to get it from there, I think. And obviously, disclaim beforehand, this is like a testimony we were watching. We had no clue that there was going to be anything about paedophile Ilya in it. You know what I mean? PDF file Ilya in it. So we do not condone anything to do with the type of things that happened in his testimony. But these things happen to people, and this is just learning about it. You know what I mean? So we condone nothing that happens within what this man says in his testimony, and I dare say he doesn't either. You know, absolutely. So is it still okay for you, babe? Is it okay for you, babe?
Yeah.
Yeah. Is it okay for you?
Yeah.
All right. Now, if the robots, it's just because you're losing the signal or something.
No, I know, and I don't know why, because I've got Wi-Fi and data.
Yeah, it just happens, babe. It happens all over, especially on a phone.
Oh, can everyone remember at 11:30 p.m. GMT? Me, Barbara, PJ, and Mr. Super Sidewinder.
Well, I'm there, but it's not my stream. It's there. It's
No, but you're gonna be
Barbara.
on it.
He's in Barbara's, but I'll be there. Yeah, obviously I'll be on there.
And we've got some fun topics to talk about.
I know nothing about what they're talking about. And Vicky
I sent it you.
Yeah, no, she sent me a few. I'm not going to say. I'd rather wait. I mean, the first link I had a look at, but I'd rather wait and see what comes
And
up.
please remember, if you're
I'd rather not know about it. I'd rather be like the audience. I know I'm going to be on the stream,
but
I'd rather be like an audience and not
people,
know what. Hold on a minute, and not know what I've got to talk about. To be honest, because it's not my stream. I'd rather not know. So I know I'm going to be on there, but it's your guys' stream, so I'd rather be in the same boat as where Jim is now and where Sergio is now. You know what I mean?
No, if you're offended by words, please don't come because they're not, and it's not. We're not using the words as a derogatory term. We're learning about the meaning of them.
Where they originally came from.
Yeah.
It's a swear word now, where like what she called the show Conversations. I thought it was a clever play on words, and I don't say that word.
No.
So it was a clever play on words considering where it came from. If you look at the origin of it, the etymology of it, you know what I mean?
But it's just a word, like, and we have a laugh and it's fun. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah. Sergio enjoyed it. I remember him saying that.
I know.
He said he missed it last week. And it's just,
well, we will be on
tonight.
It wasn't on. Thank you, Sergio. He's put the link in. But no,
Sergio's put the link in. See, he told you Sergio liked it. He already had the link there.
I know. Jim said he's offended. Jim, with the name Anus, you can't be offended.
I don't think Jim's offendable.
I know he's not. And Chillin, I know Chillin loves it. Like, he put in my chat, it's gone now, in my live chat, he put, you're all a bunch of you-know-what, but he put, like, stars. Yeah. And then he meant the C word. He said, but the best you-know-whats. Yeah, because in Scotland as well, I mean, it's to use that word as well in Scotland. It can be used as a derogatory term, like everywhere. But we also use it as a good. That person is a good cunt. You know what I mean? If you actually say that about someone, he's a good cunt. That means he's a good guy. You know what people are too easy. I think some people are too easily offended. Do you know what I mean? And we're not sat there being vile about it. We're learning about where it comes, the origin of it. Do you know what I mean? Aye. Like, we were looking at the word prick because someone wanted it, and it was, you couldn't find anything on it. Yeah, it's rubbish. But it's evident where it comes from. It's evident. It's just the shape of your dingy dong. No, it comes from like a pinprick. Yeah, of course, but to relate it to a prick, it's understandable because of the shape and stuff like that. I'm just saying, it's easy to see where it equates to, where they meet. Do you know what I mean? You see what Jim said? The best anus and CTs are CTs. I know what you mean by it. Yeah, obviously. Jim is the best anus, though. I know. 2 seconds. I'm just putting this. Table. Jim, I'll put your link in my chat tonight. Jim, he's got some videos up. Jim's got one of his son. Oh yeah, of course. Oh, is that what you're on about? Yeah, I've got it. Oh yeah, I'll put it in my chat tonight. Oh, I've got it. I thought you were on about. You can put it in chat now if you want. But no, like, with links, anybody can share links. Like, it's not. Well, anybody with a spanner, obviously. Yeah, but like, if you want to share your own links and stuff, do it. Yeah, just share them. I shared everyone's the other night. I shared Sergio's, Joe's. If you got a spanner, do as a spanner does. Hello, chillin'. Hi. Are you ready for tonight? Did I see Roger somewhere? No? I didn't. Oh. No. Oh, it must be from earlier. Oh, Vicky, you flatter me. Oh yeah, it must be because I was got to go and eat this morning, but then I thought I'll go somewhere on. It's not a good topic for this morning anyway. When I got up, I thought you'd be on, but you weren't.
No, I had something on. I forgot I had something on. You know what I mean? I had to come round for his phone and that, so you know what I mean. Just left it
I've
till
got
this afternoon.
66 subs now.
It's good. I've got 272.
That's pretty
272.
good.
Yeah, I didn't think I was going to get out of the 250s for a little while. But fair play. It's been. I mean, I think I've been going live now about 4 months.
A year,
I haven't been going live for about a year.
surely.
No.
Yeah, because you started with Michael, yeah.
No, I mean, since on my own channel, going regular
I don't know.
live on my own channel. Yeah, a year ago. Yeah, of course. That was in His Word is Truth and Michael's and stuff like that. But
Yeah.
talking about on my own channel, kind of regular. It's only been about 4 months or something like that, isn't it? 4 or 5 months.
No, I think it's longer than that.
I don't know. Anyway, I'm just saying. Can't remember my point anyway. Not sure what my point was, to be honest.
Weirdo.
What was my point? I'm not sure what my point was about it. Anyway, I'm going to play this blooming thing. Oh yeah, he's going to say the word PDF file a lot, so we was just disclaiming it earlier on. We do not agree with anything that is contained in the man's testimony to do with paedophilia. You know what I mean? We do not condone it whatsoever. We're learning about this man's life, you know, and that's the only reason. We didn't even know it was going to come up. It's the only reason it came up. But yes, so disclaimed, and let's get rid of the banner. So it looks a bit better. There we go. And if you want to speak, I'll try not to talk. Try and get through it because it's 38 minutes in. Let me just see how long it is. Let me look at the actual file.
Chillin said he feels like he's been hit by a bus.
Ooh, why?
Are you okay? Or are you hungover?
It's an hour and 33. So it's less than an hour left. It's 38 minutes. It's about 55 minutes left on this one. And then the next one's about an hour and 44. About the same length of time. I haven't downloaded that yet, so we'll probably get onto that tomorrow. So because this has still got an hour left, you know what I mean, 55 minutes. Hopefully I'll not talk too much through it, so we'll get it done, you know what I mean, because I didn't get as far through it yesterday. I thought I was hopefully going to get the whole lot of the first part done yesterday, but yeah, I'll get this one done today. I won't, even if we finish it quite early, and I've still got like half an hour left, I won't put on the second part to it. I'll just find something, and then we'll do the second part next week, because I want to do something on Todd White tomorrow. Todd White from Texas, the leg grower, his leg length, the one that does the leg lengthening trick, and likes he classes Kenneth Copeland as his spiritual father. Yeah, so yeah, let's do something on him tomorrow maybe, and then unless I just get, actually I might just get his guy's testimony all done and then go on to that. Or do I do a break in the middle, then do the rest of his testimony? No, I'll get his testimony done first. You think?
Yeah.
Yeah, but then people might forget about what he was talking about, you know what I mean?
Well, they won't, because they watch.
We'll see how it goes.
Did you see? Chillin said nearly killed me putting up a polytunnel. I'm struggling to lift my arms. I don't drink, nor me, Chillin. I don't drink. Jim said I've been crap since Tuesday morning, hence why I missed too many streams lately. Oh, Jim, I hope you feel better soon.
I know. I felt bad like beginning of last week, 2 weeks ago, was it? I hardly did any streams for the
No, it was over the weekend, weren't it? It was like Thursday to Sunday.
Yeah, I didn't do any streams. I just felt awful. I was puking everywhere. Hey, Alan, good to see you, bro, man. Good to see you, brother. Don't see you in Flats a lot lately. Have you been up to something?
You've been MI? No, he was there, weren't he?
I think he was in Flats last night. Maybe because I don't keep my eye on the chat as much as I used to. You know, because like I don't moderate like I used to, because I'm more in on the panel now, and you moderate a lot, so I don't keep my eye on the chat as much as I should. You know what I mean? I do when I'm in here. Even still, I should keep my eye on it more. I'm not much of a multitasker. Anyway, let's get on with what this guy's got to say. We've already done 14 minutes without having him say a word. So let's carry on. You missed it yesterday. Well, this. To be honest, this is only like we only did 38 minutes. It's got another 55 left, and it's got another video to go, another hour and a half to go as well on another video for the second part. So yeah, we've got to the part of his life where he's been sort of like groomed into a coven sort of thing, and Candy. He's still a youngster. He's still a teenager at this point. So yeah, we've only got a little bit through his life. If you skim yesterday's one, you'll see what was going on with him. Yeah, it was pretty good. I haven't had many views. Actually, let's have a look. I haven't had, considering what my streams usually get, I don't think I got that many views in it. But it's maybe some of the words he said, maybe, I don't know. Let's just have a quick look. Maybe it changed. I don't know. Maybe it changed. Yesterday. Yeah, 67 views I had from yesterday. That's 21 hours. And that's not bad, I suppose, but I usually would have had about 100 by that time. So yeah, it's one of them. Some people like testimonies, some people don't. I love testimonies. As long as you don't let what they talk about intrigue you too much to the point of like tempting you. You know what I mean? Obviously, it's not about what they went through. It's how they came out the other end and with the relationship with Jesus. That's the glorifying part of it. Not glorifying the lifestyle he had. It's the glorifying part. It's coming out the other end with Jesus as your mediator between you and the Father. Fantastic. But anyway, let's carry on. This is
Wow. Babe, I'll keep roboting.
You didn't robot. I just heard Tracy talking.
No, I know, but I do keep roboting.
Well, just go. That's what I said. You go out
I
and
did.
come back in. You didn't because
I did. I just went out and come back in.
Well, how? I didn't let you in, so you couldn't have.
You did.
That was once. That's because I thought you fell out. But the first time, you didn't. Well, go. What do you want to do then?
I'll just mute myself in case I robot.
Oh well, yeah, but just if you want to talk, just say something. I was going to say I'm trying not to say much anyway, just to get through it. You know what I mean? Obviously, I'm going to have a comment here and there, but I will try. I was referring to Flat's debate. Oh right, yeah, of course, yeah. Oh, right, okay, got you, Sergio, got you. So my stream was terrible. I got you, Flat. I got you, Sergio. No problems, man. No, I got you, man. I do that a lot, you know. Like I hear somebody say something, and I think they're talking about something else. I'm like, okay. It still makes sense, though. It still makes sense to me. Well, we've actually got 10 watching at this point. Yesterday was quite low. And I was thinking it's probably because I go on the same time as Nathan. That can't be helped sometimes. Can't be helped. Anyway, let's carry on with this guy's story. Give us a shout, babe. Just shout if you want me to stop.
I will.
All right.
Pretending to be kids writing to you or writing requests.
Right. You know, and some of these people wanted like a picture of us, but a naked still picture, and then our autograph on it. So we would do that. And we thought, you know, like,
love you too, bro. Love you too.
I'd write something funny like eat your veggies. You know, something that, you know, kid doesn't want to hear, you know, and not realizing that I'm writing this to an adult.
So in your head, you were famous. You had tons of fans. They told you you'd be famous. So you think that you're this big guy that everybody.
For this guy, it's Alan. It started because Alan never seen yesterday. It started off with doing those things you people tell you as kids, like look in the mirror. It's like the Candyman, pretty much. He chanted this thing in the mirror, this phrase, whatever it was. I can't remember what it was now. A certain amount of times, and this burnt face victim came next to him in the mirror, sort of thing. And that's how it started for him, because he could control that face appearing. That's what he did. He's the only thing he knew he could do that a lot of other people couldn't. So it's like, he kept doing it. So I mean, for us, if as kids, I was told about these things. I mean, I took part in these things called 21 steps or 29 steps or something, where you went up each step, and if you see a red ring, then it's the devil, and you have to run. You know what I mean? That kind of thing, like physically running from the devil. I don't know what that's going to do. You know what I mean? But I used to see people running every time they did it. And guaranteed, not everybody was seeing that ring, but and at the time we were probably thinking nobody's seen that ring. We all just faked it and all that. Everybody ran. But I guarantee some people were. I never did, and I almost ran. But I guarantee some people did, you know. Maybe God was protecting me from those kind of things, and I've since renounced them. But these things, we do them as kids. And if it had happened to me and I'd seen the red ring, I dare say I would have done it again, because I can do it. You know, and other people admit to you that eventually, I don't see a red phone and that. You know what I mean? So, yeah, I was scared shitless of mirrors in the dark because of Candyman and Hail Mary. Look, not because of that, but I get you and I get why. But but not because of that for me. But in the dark, I still do not like mirrors. You look at yourself in the mirror in the dark. It's like looking at it. It's scary because it's quite scary in the dark anyway. Then you're looking in something that's looking back at you and imitating you. And it's like almost like another dimension, a scary dimension, you know what I mean? Where I suppose that the demonic use mirrors because they're that kind of symbology. People see them that way. But mirrors are very scary in the dark anyway, I find. I don't like mirrors a lot. Sometimes I don't like looking in the mirror at all. I mean, that's just vanity sometimes. Like, oh, I can see that line, I can see this, that kind of thing, you know? Especially when I used to be quite good looking, you know? And now I look in the mirror and it's just, I'm old. One of them. But, yeah, I think mirrors are quite scary myself, dude. I think, especially in the dark. Yeah, man. They are though. It's like a scary dimension, and you see yourself in the mirror in the dark, and you see yourself as the mirror sees you, I suppose. And you've got dark shadows everywhere. There might be a little bit of light coming through the window, so you've got the moonlight, say, coming through the window. So one little bit is lit up, and then you've got these dark eyes and stuff like that. You know, it's very scary. Good to see you, just JP. Good to see you, man. See some funky morphs. Exactly. You do see morphs. Exactly. You do see morphing. Like when you just sit there and close your eyelids and slightly put pressure on your eyes with your fingers. Eventually you see stars, supernovas busting and stuff. It hurts your eyes eventually. But you see supernovas, colours, psychedelic things. And I used to do that just to escape for a little while. But then you stop doing it because you know it's a stronghold. It's a stronghold. If you're trying to escape, you know, pushing your eyes just to try and escape. Like people like who breathe heavy and hold the breath and all that and squeeze just so they can get a buzz and pass out, stuff like that. You know? It happens. But yeah, mirrors, scary things.
But he knows. You have no idea these are adults requesting things.
And it's obviously quite commonly known as a scary thing because they're used a lot. You know, they're used in movies. I mean, they're used in... obviously, in spells and seances and stuff like that to do with the supernatural and all that kind of stuff. Mirrors are a big thing, you know.
Thanks from you. When did you figure it out? And did it coincide with the time that you finally understood that this was a satanic covenant?
No, I didn't realize that they were adults until probably I was in my 20s.
Oh, okay.
But when I was 12 years old, this kid came up. There's just an older kid in the coven. Came up to me and said, "You know you're in a satanic coven, right?" And he took off running. And I laughed it off. Now, remember what I have as a reference point. I used to watch the Adam West Batman show from the 1960s.
Me too. I actually watched something on YouTube about it yesterday. I used to watch it. Obviously, I wasn't born until 13. Yeah, well, 10 years after 10. Well, I was born a decade after it came out. But I seen all the reruns. Well, I mean, there was only 3 seasons of Batman, wasn't there? All in all, so.
Batman was on the screen. Batman and Robin and Commissioner Gordon, they would be upright. The screen would be upright because they're upright and just and honest and law-abiding citizens. And when the Joker, the Penguin, Catwoman, the Riddler, whenever they appeared on the screen was crooked.
That's right.
Because...
That's right. And that was intentional. That was part of that thing yesterday. Those things were intentional. The screen was actually crooked and twisted because they had twisted minds and stuff. Yeah, that was actually done intentionally.
They were crooked. They were dishonest. So there's clear distinction as to who the good guy is and who the bad guy is. Well, in my life, the bad guys to me tell me no. Dad, I want to go see this. No. Dad, can I go here? No. Dad, this event is happening in Fort Myers. It's only 60 miles away. No. No matter what I wanted to do, the answer was no. That's the bad guy.
And so by default, the people that went against your parents or your dad were the good guys.
Right. Yeah, I want pizza tonight. Here you go. I want McDonald's for lunch. Here you go. I'm going to go in this room and I'm going to have a Snicker bar and a Payday bar and a Zero bar and Three Musketeers and Milky Way.
They must have got the idea for the movie Candyman from this guy's testimony. They've got to have. He looks in mirrors, enchants things, and he loves candy, this dude. I mean, I know it's not honey, but still,
And, whatever else I want. And no one's telling me you're making yourself fatter.
New Candyman, the remake, was terrible with Jonathan Majors. Him who played Khan. Jonathan Majors, is that right? Yeah.
This is unhealthy. You're going to become diabetic. No girl's going to want to date you. No one's saying any of that. They're just like, do you want another bar?
So when that guy told you you're in a satanic coven, you were thinking that can't be because these are the good people.
Right. These are the good guys.
What happened after for you to find out?
Well, it after like 2 weeks, I was thinking on that comment every day. Like, could he be telling me the truth? Like, it didn't feel like these are the bad guys. These guys do anything I want. Like with these guys, I got to go see the Moody Blues in concert. Whatever the movie was that came out on Friday, I got to go see it the same day I saw the Moody Blues play. I'm getting to do everything I want to do. How could Satan be the bad guy? So I went up to one of the members that I trusted. It was an adult. And I said, hey, I got something to tell you. He was like, okay. I said, you're going to laugh. He goes, all right. I said, I heard this was a satanic coven. Crazy, right? And I'm expecting him to burst out laughing and pat me on the back and tell me to go play. And it's not a satanic coven. But instead, he says, it is. And my heart.
This is where he gets all the ideology. And that's not what you think. Satan is not what you think. It's not this horrible guy with horns and red skin and all that. I mean, doing all the bad in the world. It's just this guy that enlightens us, Or it's an ideology that enlightens us. It's us. We are gods, It's, I can imagine.
Just dropped into my stomach and I was like, am I a member? No. Would you like to be?
So this is what I was going to ask you, because you didn't want it to be a satanic coven. You were scared. That's why you didn't want to accept it. And then once you found out, you didn't leave. But that's why the reason you didn't leave is
P-Jicky. Is that me and Vicky together, is it? P-Jicky. You like that one, babe? Babe. Vicky.
Yes, babe. Yeah.
Do you like that? What Jeff said? He said P-Jicky.
P-Jicky.
For our name together. P-Jicky. PJ and Icky.
I like that.
P-Jicky. It's mine.
I like that. Hi, Jeff.
Good to see you, bro, by the way. Good to see you. Nice one, yeah. Puts a whole new meaning to my back here. All right, babe. Love you. Shut up.
Love you.
Because they were giving you whatever you wanted, right?
I'm thinking about what am I going to lose? Well, I'm addicted to porn. I'm addicted to masturbation. I'm addicted to...
His teacher, one of his teachers, I remember stuff when he was a kid at school at the age 11. Yeah, kind of done it with him in the boys' cubicles sort of thing. Yeah, one of the teachers. So from a young age, he experienced that. You know?
Watching porn and being in it. You got to be 18 to buy porn. I'm 12 years old. I'm having sex almost every day, at least on the weekends. If I quit, that's going to go away. Now, I'm also smoking cigars, cigarettes, pipes, and you got to be 19 to buy tobacco. I'm still 12. I'm drinking almost every day, at least on the weekends. I'm 21.
Twice he said that I'm drinking almost every day, or I'm having sex almost every day, but at least at the weekends. I like that.
Buy booze. I'm still 12. I'm taking illegal drugs practically every day. If I quit, this is where I get my illegal drugs. I'll get them for free. So I'm probably going to have to buy them. But what if they cut off my supply? What if I can't get drugs anymore? And there's prettier girls in this coven than there are in my school. The girls in the school won't give me the time of day, except for the ones that I'm sleeping with. But the regular girls in there, they won't even talk to me. But all the girls in my coven, I'm famous. I'm a movie star. I'm having a great time. So do I want to give up everything that I'm addicted to?
12-year-old. So this is only a year after that happened to him at school. I mean, that's crazy how quite fast things can happen. And that's him getting groomed, And he's wanting to stay here because he thinks he's got to lose all these things of the world. You know what I mean? If he doesn't stay here, that shows you even at that age how addicted you can become to the secular world, to everything of the desires of the flesh, even at 12-year-old. Isn't that crazy? Isn't that crazy? Even then we know from evil.
And go back to the life I had before I joined? Or do I want to side with Satan?
So you thought that Satan was the good guy, which is the deception that most Satanists go for. Obviously, you would talk against it today, and we're definitely going to get into that later in the story. But I want to go back to becoming a member, because you learned that this was a satanic coven, and the man you were asking said, do you want to become a member? What are the steps? Because you did become a member.
Definitely getting heavy. Well, the second part is him exposing the Illuminati, coming out of the Illuminati and becoming a Christian. So that's the title of it. It's got the same start of the title, Satanic High Wizard, and then whatever it's called. Yeah, but it's to do with the Illuminati, the second one's title. So I'll get that one done tomorrow.
How does that work? Can you explain it?
I had asked, I said, yes, I did want to become a member. And his face lit up. He was excited that I wanted to be a member.
It will be in the different time, be in the morning, though, I suppose, 8 a.m., because in the Sunday afternoon, I usually try and look for a sermon. We'll see. We'll see. I might just do that in the afternoon because it's a bit, for me, I mean, it's early. It's kind of heavy for that time of morning for where I'm at, I suppose. I don't know. We'll see. We'll see what happens.
But he had to think that I would say yes, because everything he knows I'm involved in. This is an adult that I trusted. So, I mean, I confided in him. I told him stuff. And he knows that I'm in all these movies. He knows that I'm drinking every day, taking drugs every day, and smoking every day. So he knows if I leave, I'm giving all that up. You know, and they've made sure to give me everything that I ask for and stuff that I don't. You know, they're like, here, try a salad bowl. I was like, what's that? Well, it's just one of every pill. And you just take like 2 and see what happens. Sometimes they enhance each other. Sometimes they can't, cancel each other out. Sometimes you might have a scary experience, but there's a good one, and it'll be positive. So I mean, he knows.
I didn't know it was called the salad bowl, but I used to do that anyway. I used to take, plenty of every type of pill. I think, sometimes I'd take just one type of pill, but if I had loads that, when I was banging everything, injecting, smack and grab, I would neck anything, neck any amount of tablet. Didn't care about it. Anything, you just wanted to get higher.
Everything I'm going through. And I was like, sure, what's involved in me joining? He said, there's 13 steps to becoming a Satanist. And you've done almost all of them already. All I had left to do, I had to slice my left thumb and bleed onto a document. Now, left thumb, because it's closest to the heart. The document is 5 pages long. You have to bleed onto 3 pages. And
always in blood, isn't it? Always in blood. Hey, KV, good to see you. Good to see you, man. Is this your newest video? All right, okay. It's that thing you put up. All right, got you. Mandela. Okay. I'll have to have a look at that. A good look at that. I'll have to have a good look at that, man. Wow. Good to see you, bro. Good to see you, as always.
Sign it in your blood. The blood of Jesus washes away all sin, but not mine. And I sign my name to that. Jesus died for everyone, but not me. And I sign my name to that. And on the final page of a 5-page document, I agree to sell my soul to the devil.
So this is what people talk about. We hear
it's not yours to sell, dude. Yours to sell.
Stories about people in Hollywood saying they sold their souls and whatever. A lot of people don't believe it. You're saying it's real, you did it, and this is exactly the form. Is it the same for everybody, or was that just for your coven?
That's for my coven.
But you have to renounce Jesus. That's the main thing. You renounce Jesus. And
obviously got to have to renounce Jesus straight away. You know what I mean? You got to have to renounce God, ain't you? You've got to follow a false God.
I'll ask you, with what you know now, is it possible to sell your soul to the devil?
No.
It's
impossible to sell what you don't own.
That's what I just said.
So it
doesn't belong to you. Can't sell your soul. Doesn't belong to you.
Deception, essentially.
Right.
Satan makes you think that you're selling your soul so he can keep you more bound in whatever he has you in.
Right. In my talks, I usually have somebody sitting next to me, and I'll ask them what kind of car they drive. And then I ask the audience, who out there can legally sell me this person's car? Nobody puts their hands up. I'm like, why not? And because it doesn't belong to us. It's right. That's why you can't sell your soul.
Exactly.
It doesn't belong to you.
Exactly.
I mean, you may have heard God died for you. Jesus paid the ultimate price for your soul. You don't own it.
He redeemed you. He owns it.
Can't loan it, you can't lease it, and you certainly can't sell it. But you may have heard that the devil's a liar. I'm here to confirm. If the devil tells you good morning, get a second opinion.
If he says good morning and it's still light outside, check the watch. Just in case it still could be midnight. It still could be 11 p.m. Wow. Yeah. But it's true. The ultimate deceiver, manipulator, confuser. I mean, author of confusion. That's for sure.
That's a funny quote. But yeah, and that's why you're a Christian today, because you can't actually sell your soul. And
right, what you have done is given your will to the devil.
Okay, so now let's
because if you could sell your soul to the devil, you shouldn't be able to be saved, huh? You know, it's rubbish. It's rubbish. Of course, it's rubbish. It's a lie.
Go back into the story that you were telling me from that vantage point of when you were 12. You became a member by signing this because you had already done the other steps, and right. I think they gave you a robe at that time. So robes are something that we see in like Satanism, Satanic covens. If you see a movie on TV or whatever, there's robes. There's usually a black and a red robe. What do they mean?
There it is for you. We're bought at a price, therefore glorify God in your body and in your spirits, which are God's, means belongs to Him. Absolutely, Joe. Bless, man.
And what's the difference between them?
Well, you excluded one. There's a white robe.
Okay.
The white robe is the innocent person, and that's what you wear when you first come into the room. They'll have a big coven meeting where they're welcoming you in, and you come in a white robe, and they baptize you full submersion in a big. It looked like an upside down demon skull, and you get baptized in that, and it's human blood, pig's blood, and human urine. So they
all the lovely stuff of this world, like pig's blood, human blood, and piss, and pesh. Lovely. All the lovely kind of fluids that we like to bathe in, Wow. It's just depravity. Depravity, it's worse, isn't it?
Pull you up out of that, and you go into another room and you take a shower. And when you're in there, you get changed into a black robe.
See, it's an inversion. They're baptizing them. You know what I mean? Baptizing them. Jesus baptized in water. They'll get baptized in blood. You baptized in the name of the Father. We get baptized in Jesus' name, not Father, Son, Holy Spirit. But they get baptized in the name of Baphomet. You know what I mean? Satan. And his son, the wee beast. The wee beastie. Madness, mate. It's madness.
With a red inverted pentagram. And you come out with the cowl raised up.
I remember Bedazzled. Elizabeth Hurley and Brendan Fraser. I remember it. I remember that.
And it signifies you've been baptized into a world of darkness. And they read the document off that you signed the night before. They show your signature. And you also pull off the Band-Aid and show your thumb. So people see that it's your thumb that was sliced. So it is your blood. And then after everything, they give you a wheel. It's about this big around.
Little Nicky with Adam Sandler. It's another comedy one. There's a lot of truth in them, though.
And it has a crucifix in the middle. And you can spin it. You spin it upside down, signifying human sacrifice. You grab the arms of Jesus and break them downward, denouncing Christ. And then you have an orgy to celebrate that you're now a Satanist.
Wow. See that? This involves, breaking Jesus' arms upside down and that, and then have an orgy just for further depravity. Wow, it's unbelievable things that they do.
But the reality is you're celebrating that one day you're going to die and go to hell. And they tell you that this document is going to be forever.
Exactly. What do the Satanists think? That Satan loves them and he's got paradise for him down there? You know what I mean? That he's got to have loads of good parties going on and all that kind of stuff, Do they actually think he loves them? This guy, Satan hates them. They must know this.
Entwined with this wheel in a vault, and your soul is attached to this. And when you die, of course, Satan will come and claim your soul. And then they gave me, because I'm addicted to magic. I love magic. And I'm always reading whatever I can find, books or magazines, or there's esoteric, weird magazines that talk about magic that they sell in the back of adult bookstores. And so I'm just embracing everything, just absorbing everything that I can. When I officially came into the coven, everybody there that practiced magic shared their Book of Shadows with me. Now, Book of Shadows is your personal book where you write all your spells. So you might have a different way. You might do the exact same spells that I do, but you do them a different way. You do them how they work for you. So then I would read your spell book to see how you do stuff, because there might be stuff in there that I like, where, I'm doing my love spell a certain way and I don't like it, but I like the way you do yours. So I incorporate some of your magic into my magic.
Wow.
And they gave me the red robe, and the red robe is for the mage. That's the official person that does the magic of the coven. So anybody in the coven is allowed to try.
I know it is. I think the point is depravity. Bathing in blood and piss. They eat shit as well, don't they? They eat crap as well in these rituals and that they do. So anything that's depraved, I suppose that's where it comes from, isn't it? It's disgusting.
Practice magic. But the person with the red robe, when somebody comes in and gives my coven $10,000 to do a magic spell, it's the mage that does it. Now, you can request a particular mage. There might be 5 of us. Or you could just request a mage. And in either case, it's the guy in the red robe that's going to do it. So I never wore my black robe. I wore it when I came out of the room after I'd been baptized, after I'd been taking the shower. I had the black robe for maybe 10 minutes on me. And then when I was done, when I was officially a Satanist, they had me take that one off and put on the red one.
Okay, so pretty much as soon as you got into the coven as an official member, you got the red robe, which means that you're a mage. You would do the magic spells for the coven. You have a book. Your book is called Abortion is a Satanic Sacrifice. And so that's when we're going to get into sacrifices and abortions, because that was a big part of what you were doing as.
Exactly. Yeah, I don't know. I find it interesting. Also, Baphomet has legit. Yeah, he has legit titties, and Satanists are into transgender and cross-dressing. It's very obvious. My question is why, and why make it, and why public? I know, dude. I know. It's crazy. It's crazy. And these things are meant to be cool, like you say. It doesn't sound very cool to me. That's why I don't like the especially with them having female titties, like you say. That's why I don't like the Mandela affected with the verse with Jesus having paps. What is that saying? You know what I mean? Is it try to depict him, Jesus, as Baphomet? You know what I mean? So I don't like that one. But then we're meant to like these things, you know what I mean?
As a mage. When did you perform your first abortion, and why is that a big deal?
Ooh.
When I was 14 years old.
He's legit been into dark stuff then, you know, if he's actually performing these things. And again, we do not condone any of this whatsoever. I know a lot of people out there do, but I do not whatsoever.
It was announced that we were going to, all the male members, 12 to 15, were going to sleep with a female member that was 19. And this was her second pregnancy. And she was what's called a breeder. And a breeder intentionally gets pregnant so she can have an abortion. And I was like,
oh, you mean my Michael. Let me see, Alabama. My old Michael. Got broader shoulders than I have. Than Obama did. More manly than Obama.
all right, that's cool. And then I went home to look up abortion because I didn't know what it was. I knew that my parents one time whispered the word. So I knew it was a dirty word, but I didn't know anything about it. And my
Yes. 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 Babe. Hello, you called me. And I said yes, and you've disappeared. Ah, well, I'm going to try ringing her.
dictionary at home was so old, it didn't have the word abortion in it. So I went to the library and found 2 books, both of them 2 inches thick. And I'm not reading 300 pages to find out what an abortion is. So I go back to my coven and ask them, hey, I've got to commit an abortion in 9 months. What's that? And he goes, oh, you're killing a baby. I was like, is that legal? He goes, in the womb, legal. Out of the womb, murder.
So Satanists consider this a baby.
Yes.
And why do they do it so much?
Well, our coven did, we have everything from the simplest of spells.
I'm back.
Right. Can you hear me now?
Yeah.
Right, I missed what he said because I was ringing you. He said he did something. I'm going to have to put it back a bit. You okay? Babe. Babe.
Satanists consider this a baby.
Yes.
And why do they do it so much?
Well, our coven did, we have everything from the simplest of spells all the way up to the most complex spell, which is a hex. And in a hex, if you're going to do a hex, you need to do an abortion with it. If you're going to do something that somebody...
If you do a hex, you've got to do an abortion with it. Wow, that's crazy stuff.
He's willing to pay big money for.
Can you hear me, babe? Babe.
You need guaranteed success. So to guarantee your success, you've got to give the devil something he wants. You give the devil something he wants, he grants your request. What he wants is the murder of a baby. So you murder a baby, do it for the devil grants your request, your act is successful.
Certainly do, Alan. We do live in an evil world, without a doubt. There's no doubt there whatsoever, man. No arguments.
And this is what we see in ancient cultures with child sacrifices. They would sacrifice their children to have the favor of the gods or whatever favor they wanted. They would do that. And now they do the same thing, but they package it as something that it's not a baby. But it's exactly the same practice that they used to do, right?
It would have been back in ancient times, Baal or Moloch was who they would sacrifice to. And now, I never understood. My dad used to say that people talked out of both sides of their mouth. And I never understood what that meant until 2015.
My dad used to say that a lot. I understand what it means.
The 15 secret David Daleiden videos came out about Planned Parenthood. And out of one side of their mouth, they say it's a lump of cells, is just some tissue. And out of the other side of their mouth, they're saying we're selling baby body parts. How do you get baby body parts out of a lump of cells?
Right.
How do you get a brain, a heart, lungs, kidneys, spleen, liver? How do you get those things out of a lump of cells? Don't you need a baby to get baby body parts?
And it checks out.
And so you've got one side of their mouth going, it's not really a baby. And out of the other side of their baby, we're getting rich selling baby body parts. And it's like, really? Somewhere there's a disconnect because you're admitting that you're selling baby body parts.
Yeah. So we started talking about this because you did your first abortion at 14 or 15 around that time, because you talked about they had this party and then you were going to abort the baby. It was planned. This lady, you called her a breeder, the 19-year-old. She wanted to do that for whatever spell they were going to do. What was your role as the mage?
They originally told me that it was just a lump of cells. If they're just going to scrape out some cells, they're going to vacuum it up with a little vacuum tube, and I'm not going to see anything. But that I needed, for me to do the hex, I needed to get blood on my hands. So it would probably be the mother's blood, and you're not there to hurt the mother. Just get some of her blood and put it on your hands. Then go do your hex. Okay. And so they had me practice, though, with a scalpel and an apple or an orange or a ball of Play-Doh, and practice stabbing each.
Yeah.
I'm just going to take the phone in the garden and hang my washing.
You can?
Yeah.
Sure?
Yeah.
All right.
Love you.
Love you too. Bye-bye.
One of these things, and that'll be this lump of cells that you stab, and it's just getting blood on your hand. So don't worry about it. It'll be simple. And so that's what I did for 9 months. I went and participated in the orgy with everybody else. And, she was telling me that this was her second pregnancy. And I was like, what's the goal here? And she said, we have as many abortions as our body can handle. And the more abortions we can do, the higher position we get in the end. And
that's depravity to the max, man. Pure evil. Pure evil. That's all I can see of that. That is definitely from the devil. There's no way this is just a play about group, man. This is just from the devil. Directly.
That's what it's all about, is power and money. And if she can have 15 abortions, she'll be on top of the world.
And that's why they fight so hard for it. Some people probably are listening to this and they don't believe it. But there was this story a few years ago. I know that you're aware of it. This satanic church that I think.
Isn't it just, Serge, man? Isn't it just? And I've still got another part to go as well. I dare say it'll get out of that type of thing because it's more about exposing the Illuminati at that point. But I dare say there's more of a story to go once this is finished. Because, this has got, half an hour to go? and then there's another an hour and a half's worth. Same again what we've already done on another video. He's wearing a different shirt, so it's on a different day. So it's obviously quite a fairly long graphic story.
They filed a lawsuit saying that
I think maybe I should just no. I should have because it's so graphic and deep. You know what I mean? I should have a break on it. I'll have a day break on it. So I'll go back to it on Monday next week. Tomorrow I'll do something different. I'll just do whether I do the morning or not, I don't know. If I do the morning, it'll be something. If I do the afternoon, I'll find a sermon for the afternoon. Morning, I might just do a watch party of some sort. Well, no, sorry. Sermon's a watch party with a few my word here and there. Hopefully, but usually it's a Sunday is kind of more of a watch party sermon type thing. Don't know what about it. I'll just find something. I'll find something. And yeah, so we'll have a break on it and go back to it on Monday because it is quite graphic.
Abortion was their religious right.
That's the Satanic Temple. And that was, I think, in Minnesota. They have opened their own abortion clinic in New Mexico. So it's like...
Again, I'd like to say it's just for educational purposes, watching stuff like this and doing these things live. I mean, we love testimonies and love learning about people's lives and all that and how they come to Christ. But also for educational purposes. We did not know these kind of stories would be held within it. You know what I mean? Knew there'd be stuff, but we didn't know it'd be so graphic, But yes, always good to hear about how people come to Christ, and it's always good to learn.
Like the Samuel Alito abortion clinic or something like that. Named after, I don't know if it's named after him or his mother, but
again, I agree. I think there should be no clinic called that because there should be no such thing as that. I don't agree with them whatsoever.
They're saying his mother should have
never have, even before it comes to Christ.
Aborted him, and then Roe versus Wade would not have been overturned.
This is heavy stuff, and I feel like the mothers, especially if some moms have had abortions, are definitely going to relate to how serious of an issue that is. But let's go back to, I guess, your story, because that abortion, I think you performed at 15, but eventually you left and went to college, and you had to leave your coven. But you still were a Satanist, and you wanted to find a new one. How did you find a new coven in this new place you were living in?
Well, I was thinking that this coven was, in my hometown, there were 2 satanic covens. One had people that I didn't like, that was like, for lack of a better term, white trash. They were just bad people. And it made sense that they would be in a satanic coven. Bad people joining a bad group.
Yeah.
My group seemed to be nice people. Ultimately, both groups were Satanists. But you had to be in the know to know these satanic covens were there. I didn't know. If that kid at 12 years old had not recruited me, I would have never joined. I wouldn't have known there was a satanic coven there. I passed by that house with the 3 girls in it almost every day. I never knew that they were in a satanic coven or that they were starring in child pornography.
That's it. And he started all this. He got pulled into it and groomed and all that. Didn't know what he was in. So by the time, really, that he signed, he wasn't really that bothered about it, He was more worried about where he was going to get his crap from if he left him. So even at 12, you could be so secular and, well, more than secular, more than just of the world. Infernal as well as secular.
Or that they were trainers for kids that didn't know anything about sex. And I live a block away from them.
And kids should know nothing about that,
So all the...
And when they are taught, it should be taught by the parents, I believe.
this is going on under my nose that I didn't know about. When I go to a big city, how am I going to find a satanic coven? And I thought,
Paul Jack, it's good to see you, bro. Bless you, man. Bless you. It's got to say, finish this before 4, which I dare say will, because it's got just under half an hour. I'll put a few of Nathan's Me TV ones on, where he tries to flat smack people and gets rizzed and things like that. Nathan Oakley shaved his hair off, bicked it, you know what I mean? And watch him getting rizzed and all that. We'll see if he's got a few new ones or whatever. I think he put one up about an hour ago.
they're not going to advertise it in the town square. How am I going to find it? And I figured the best way to find it, because I knew in the swingers magazines, in the back, in the classified ads, there were satanic covens advertised back there. So I might have to do something like that. But I found it instead because they advertised it in the town square. My school had a student union. And they had like the Baptist and the Catholic student union. And the
guys whose channel it is, fair play to him. I mean, he asks the question, but he lets the guy just talk. He doesn't interrupt or anything. He just lets him tell the story. I mean, I dare say it's edited, obviously, but to probably spoke a bit more, but still, good. Yeah, good. I did say hello, 4 Jacks, didn't I?
Hi, 4 Jacks.
There you go. I think it's the first person that managed to get up on that because phone's not been working for some reason.
No, it keeps roboting. It's doing my nutting.
It happens, babe. This is maybe just
Next time I think I'm going to use the laptop.
No. Well, you've got the cable and everything, so why not?
Yeah, so I might just use that next time.
Tonight. You've got to have to use it tonight, didn't you?
Yep, I'm melting and out of breath.
Make sure the mic's set up and that.
I know.
All right, then. Let's carry on.
Republican and the Democrat student union, and the Wiccan and the Satanic student union. And I went to their Satanic student union meeting one time. And this is a bunch of kids away from home for the first time with no adult supervision. And they think that Satan is all about taking drugs, getting drunk, having sex. Well, I've been doing that since I was 12. I don't need a satanic coven for that. And these guys make up magic spells on the spot. They'll be getting drunk and they'll say, I'm going to pop open this beer can, take a drink, put the beer can in front of me, wave it over my head 3 times, and then I'm going to down the whole beer, shotgun it, and then I'm going to throw it in that trash can. And if I make it, tomorrow I'm going to be given a brand new truck for free. Like, that's not a magic spell.
It's just
a nice
nonsense.
wish. Yeah, but it's nonsense, yeah. And then they would make that up, and then the next day they wouldn't get any truck, and they'd be like, oh, well, it didn't work. Try it again next week.
So this is where we got to talk about the 2 different types of satanic covens, because there's obviously this Satanists that are worshiping the devil, but there's also Satanists that say they don't believe in God, don't believe in Satan.
Yeah, it's just an ideology.
And can you explain what the difference is between these 2, and how is it possible that there's 2 different kinds of Satanists?
Well, it's like I said before, there's probably 10,000 different covens, and there's like a coven for anything. There's covens out there for incest. There's human trafficking covens.
Wow, unbelievable. That's Vicky's link for our live Howard and Barbara's live tonight on our channel, Vicky's channel. That's the one I've just put in there. I can't believe there's a coven for every one of these terrible things. Again, don't support any of it. We don't support it. And neither will the guy telling the story. This is part of his testimony.
There's drug covens. Anything that you can think of, there's a coven for it. But the very basic is there's atheistic and theistic.
Yeah.
There's a coven called the Joy of Satan. They are in probably the top 5 biggest covens in the world. the joy of Satan. And in the joy of Satan, they're theistic. They believe in God and they believe in the devil, but they believe that God is the bad guy and Satan is the good guy. And they have their own manifesto. You can go, I don't know if it still is, but years ago, you used to be able to go to their website and they had their own manifesto written up where they tell you about God being the bad guy and Satan being the good guy.
And I've heard that from other people before. That's usually the tune that they have, that God is horrible. I see it in the comments a lot. A lot of people comment that either Jesus and Lucifer.
Yeah, people saying it all the time. Yeah, people. What if the devil's the good guy and God was the bad guy? I'm sorry, but it's not like that. What if? But there's no point in what if, is there? It never has been, never will be, never can be. No what ifs there. No what ifs at all.
Lucifer are the same person, or that Jesus and God is the bad guy and Satan is the good guy because he gives you whatever he wants. That's usually what I hear from people that do believe and that do worship Satan or Lucifer or whatever you want to call him. And then you said there's also atheistic covens.
Then there's atheistic who believe that Satan was the first rebel and he's a cool guy. He's not real. They don't really worship the entity Satan. They more worship Lucifer, and they don't really worship him at all. They don't believe he really existed. He was written in by the church to control the people, to make the people want to donate money to keep the devil at bay, or, for whatever reason, that they believe in science and logic, even though science and logic point to God.
Right.
They're obviously illogical because they're not seeing that connection. And they believe that they want you to keep your laws off their body. They want to worship whoever they choose to worship in their own way and do it all their way and not have anything to do with religion.
Self-worship.
I am back.
Hey, baby.
Hey. Next door are taking the fence down.
Oh, are they? What, now?
Yeah, so just been talking and weeding and just the mundane stuff.
I didn't think they meant right now.
Huh?
When you said about it earlier on, I didn't think they meant today, like right now.
Yeah.
Okay. No, fair enough. Crazy. This guy's testimony is some graphic stuff, man. So I'm gonna have a break late tomorrow and do the other part on Monday onwards.
Aye.
Okay, so let's go back to where we were at in your story. You were looking for a coven, and the only thing you could find, the first one you went to was just a bunch of kids doing like stupid stuff. They weren't actual Satanists, but you knew that magic was real. You had been doing it for a while. So I imagine you didn't stay there and you started looking for others. And eventually you came across the big deal, I would say, the big church. How did you find out about it, and what is it exactly?
I had been to this Satanic Coven meeting a couple of times, and the final straw for me was that I found out our coven meetings were on Saturday night. And then on Sunday, these guys would go to church. And they're not going there to break the church up. They're going there because they're Christian and they got to get sanctified and be ready to sin the rest of the week. And then come back there again on Sunday and get sanctified. It's like, what is the Satanic Coven?
I'm afraid that's a common trope. It happens today. I suppose I was like that myself. That's what happens. Become a Sunday Christian.
Want to, and they're like, it's just a club. We're not really Satanists. While I was looking for that coven, I had read a book at the library. And in the book, this guy talked about going to Bohemian Grove. And so I tried to find any other books about Bohemian Grove. And I could find books that referenced Bohemian Grove, but nothing about Bohemian Grove. And trying to find it on a map wasn't doing that either. And trying to find somebody that had heard of it, I found like a random person here or there that's heard of Bohemian Grove, and they know it's in California, but they don't know anything else about it. I had also got that same book referenced the Illuminati. And so I'm looking into the Illuminati to see if that's real. And I find a lot of references to the Illuminati, but nothing that really told me who they are and how to get in contact with them. Now, my first coven had been an OTO coven. And so I asked them, hey, you guys seem to be in the know about a lot of stuff. So I'm looking for a coven that might know something about Bohemian Grove, might know something about the Illuminati. I'm looking for a coven that's really nefarious, and nobody is. I'm not finding the group that is. I'm finding all the that are nots. Any ideas? Can you help me? And they told me that there was a coven called World Church of Satan, or Satan's World Church. 2 different names, same coven, and they're also a Diablo sex coven. Now, my first coven was a Diablo sex coven also. And covens that embrace the name Diablo sex are into human trafficking, child prostitution, child pornography. And I was like, okay. So, that would be comfortable. I would understand that. And they gave me a phone number. And they said, call this number. It should work. If it doesn't work, call us back. So I called the number, and it was just a voicemail message. But it allowed me to leave a message. So I left the message of my name and my phone number, and that my coven had put me in contact with them. So it was a few days later, they called me back, and they told me to bring my ID, and there's going to be a party. And a lot of...
Hey, Space Miner, good to see you, bro. Good to see you, man.
Hi, Space Miner.
Stuff happens at the party. So come prepared for whatever. And I'll probably have to park about 2 miles away. And the party starts at 9:00 at night. But people do get there sooner than that. So I went, it was about 9:00 at night when I got there. I drove all the way up to the building, and it's about the size of a super Walmart. And the whole building is shaking. Like, you can tell there's like a huge party inside. And there's parking lots all around, but every parking lot is packed. So I had to drive about 2 miles away and then walk back. When I get back, I walk up and they asked me for my name. So I gave them my name and my ID. And they searched the list, found my name, checked me off, and welcomed me inside. They held the door open, and I walked inside and walked in a maze of black curtains. So you walk through like 5 little corridors of black curtains. And then the curtain opens up and you're standing there, and there's like 10,000 people in this room. And there's like a DJ set up with people dancing. There's a rock band further in that are playing a live show. There's benches and couches and chairs, people sitting there talking. There's a table set up with pizza. There's another table set up with snack foods. And there's another table set up with beer. There's another table set up with hard liquor. And then there's tables set up with different drugs. So if you want to do mushrooms or smoke weed, there's a table for that. If you want to snort cocaine, there's a table for that. If you want to shoot up with heroin, there's a table for that. If you want to take MDMA and acid, there's a table for that. And, I'm watching the entire room. I'm walking all over the place. In the very back, far right corner, there's 5 or 6 giant beds all pushed together, and about 20 people on them having sex. Everybody's naked. And this girl looks up and says, "You're free to join us. Just take off all your clothes and join us." You know, and this is like 1984.
Me too, Alan. Always. Every time I do these streams, I'm smoking. I roll them beforehand. Sometimes I run out during a stream, depends how long it is. But yeah, I always do. I always do, man.
The AIDS crisis is in full swing. There's no way I'm jumping on this bed. You know, like, you guys have fun, knock yourself out. I'm gonna go over here and look at something else. And I'm standing there talking to this guy, and he kind of looks like he's just alone and not quite sure what to think either. So I come up and strike up a conversation with him. Now let's go back to me being 13 years old. When I was 13 years old, I was at a sleepover one night, and I got up about 3 a.m. to go to the bathroom and get a drink of water. And I saw this guy walking through the house. Never seen him before or since, but he's wearing a tuxedo, top hat, had a wand in his hands, and corpse paint on his face. He looked like a member of KISS wearing a tuxedo. And I was like, that is the coolest look ever. I don't know what that is, but I like it. And he looks at me, sees me, winks at me, keeps going. And I'm like, oh, that's awesome. So I go to the bathroom, get my water, go back to bed. Next day, I approached somebody and I said, hey.
It shouldn't be. It shouldn't be. I know exactly what it means. I mean, depends what toppings you have as well, though, Sergio. You know what I'm saying? It's ridiculous that you have to watch what you say. You know what I mean? Or think that you should have to watch what you say just by saying, oh, yeah, I love pizza. You know what I mean? Yeah, depends on the toppings, though, dude. Yeah, you shouldn't have to think that way. That, oh, I wonder what people think of I love pizza. You know, because I actually do love pizza. You know what I mean? It's stupid. It's stupid, isn't it? But yeah, that's the type of things they did, though. I mean, the evil things that they did to people and the code that they used incorporated that into it. You know, it's corrupt all around, man. Corrupt all around.
I saw a guy here last night in a tuxedo with paint on his face. He looked like a member of KISS wearing a tuxedo. Who was that? He goes, you dreamed that. What? You dreamed that. That didn't happen. Oh. So now my covenant's lying to me. No problem. I'll just lock that away somewhere in here. And one day I'll find out who that was.
So now we go back to the party.
Well, I'm at the party. I'm 18 years old. And
same as for Jax. That kind of thing never appealed to me. I'm prude like that. When it comes to that type of thing, I'm quite prude. I was never like really that kind of promiscuous or sexually adventurous. And it's just, you know, it's not promiscuity. That's different. I was never that sexually adventurous when it came to that kind of thing. No way. I was prude. I am prude.
And similar look, not the same guy, but a similar look walks back.
Hot dog is also taboo. Aye.
Past me. Tuxedo, top hat, wand in his hand, corpse paint in his face. And I grabbed this guy and I was like, who is that? What is that? How can I do that? And he was like, well, who ran your coven? I said, we had a huge coven, 125 to 150 members at any given time. And we're run by 13 high priests and priestesses. And the mage does the official magic. The mage wears the red robe. And he goes, okay. He says, well, we have 1.1 million members worldwide. And we're run by a CEO and board of directors. And the high wizard does the official magic. That was a high wizard. And I was like, whoa.
Well, not just conspiracy theorists when we say these things. It actually happens. It's what they are organized. You know what I mean? People just think, oh, you're full of crap, but I'm not, you know what? No, this, those just go up.
How can I do that? You have to get the devil's attention. It's said that the devil handpicks the high wizard. So, and I was like, how do I get his attention? He goes, I don't know. I'm not a high wizard. So I knew that I had to get tied in with the high wizards. I know that abortion is what the devil wants. So I know abortion will get the devil's attention. So I decided that I was going to get tied in with the abortion group, let them know that I used to do them with my previous coven, and start getting in with them and doing as many as I can do. So I managed to do about 5 or 6 of them over the next few years, like 2 or 3 years. And I got to talk with some of the high wizards, and I told them that I wanted to be a high wizard. And they asked me why. And I said, well, I've been practicing magic since I was 10. I verified that it worked at 10. I then joined a satanic coven and became the mage. So I wore a red robe with a black inverted pentagram. And I did that from 13 to 18. And then I went in search of this coven. And I said, I saw a high wizard when I was 13 years old, but I didn't know that's what I was looking at.
No doubt, Alan, no doubt. They're all into it.
And since I figured out that's what you are, I would love to do your job. Just because I hear you guys practice magic all the time, and I love magic, and I'm good at it. And he goes, well, if you're going to be the high wizard, you got to be good at it. You have to have at least 90% accuracy.
Before we continue, can you explain what that is, the success rate, and how that's calculated?
Once you do a magic spell, all stats are kept by the World Church of Satan in the office. There's people that follow your stats exact. You have 90 days for a spell to work. So let's say I did a spell for you, and you paid my coven $100,000 for you to make $10 million, which may not be entered as $10 million. It may be just entered as a large sum of money. I have 90 days for that spell to work. Well, let's say, though, that it takes 91 days. On the 91st day, you get $10 million. I failed at my magic. That goes against me because it took 91 days instead of 90.
So this counts as a failure. It's not even, you don't get like half points because it came after.
Right.
This is total failure.
Total failure. Now, see, by the same token, if it works in one day, you don't get extra credit either. You know, you get, it was successful. Now, the only difference is, let's say that we do a spell that's going to take place in 5 years or 10 years or at an undetermined place in the distant future. You get credit for those spells. They say it's not fair that it go against you just because it's going to be at maybe 20 years in the future. No one's going to watch that spell to see if it ever worked or not.
Right.
You know, they don't care if it works. But if you're willing to go take a chance and do something that may or may not work, then they're willing to add your stats with it.
Okay, so let's go back because we're back in the story, and at that time you're not a high wizard yet. You talked to High Wizard, and he told you that you needed at least a 90% accuracy rate. And then I don't know how long, like what the span of time was, but one day you get a letter from the board of director of the World Church of Satan, which is the church that you went to with the big party, and you get a letter from them in the mail. What was your reaction to that?
Well, it's not just people that are being invited to be the High Wizard that get those. Sometimes you get one of those because you did something wrong and you brought shame or a scrutinizing eye upon the ministry, And they didn't want that scrutinizing eye. And some people show up and they're never seen or heard from again. And then I get this letter in the mail, postcard actually. And I thought, what if this isn't good news? So I went to my local gun store, and in Florida, there's a 2-week cooling off period to buy a handgun. That's almost exactly the time I needed. I picked out a 9mm 6 Sauer and about 10 additional clips and about 200 rounds of ammo and a clip belt. So I show up for my meeting, and I don't know what to expect. I don't know, is this going to be a good event? Am I going to be shot? I didn't want anyone to be able to get behind me. And luckily, they issued me in, and they ushered me into this room, and it was this big plush leather chair, and it was pushed up against the wall. So no one's going to get behind me. And they set me down, and there's the entire board of directors isn't there, but the CEO was there. And we're talking, and he says, basically in a nutshell, Satan has chosen you to be the next High Wizard. And my heart skipped a beat, and I was like, really? Why? And they just brushed over that. They didn't say why or how. They gave me this light blue book, and it was called the High Wizard Handbook. And it's just a bunch of drawings. So on the cover is a picture of a High Wizard that's been drawn. And then you open it up, the first page says, no one can tell you what to do. And that was like my favorite day. I was like, no one? He said, look, once you're the High Wizard, it's up to you whether you do the magic spell or not. We may come to you and say, somebody paid us $1 million. Here's the spell. You can look at it and decide whether you're going to do it or not. You don't have to do it. There's 9 others of you guys. And there's between 2 and 5 in the world. The number could be as low as 1 or as high as 10.
So Satan picked you to be one of the 10 or however many number.
Absolutely, it's space, man. Absolutely. Praise God for that, man. Bless you, man. Bless you.
But maximum of 10 High Wizards in the world. And from what I understand, these, in terms of on this planet, these are the 10 most powerful people on Earth, right? Pretty much.
Magically speaking, yes. And, these guys are sought after by everyone. Actors, rock stars, kings, queens, presidents, diplomats. Everybody that wants a magic spell and knows that they can get one from somebody that is reputable and it works. I mean, if you really want to spend $200 on a spell on eBay, you can do that if you want to. You have no guarantee that's going to work. Our work isn't exactly 100% ironclad. I mean, you may ask for $1 million and get 100,000, but you got something. 100,000 is better than 0 you're going to get on eBay.
And so you become the High Wizard, Satan handpicks you, and that's when we get into the Illuminati and Bohemian Grove and Bilderberg Group.
And that's mainly what the next video has got to be about. Yeah, because this has got, 6 minutes left. So, yeah, it's mainly what the next video has got to be all about.
My first month, I was chosen.
And obviously, his Studio Salvation.
Almost on my 21st birthday.
Watch out for next week. It'll kind of be a similar title. It'll start off Satanic High Wizard, but it won't be the same exposes secrets of the Satanic Elite, it'll be whatever, something to do with the Illuminati, or like something like it exposes Illuminati and gets saved, something like that. You'll see. You'll see.
And it was a few days later, I found myself in Bohemian Grove. Now, when I heard I was going, I was thinking, I wonder if they're going to take me to a bar that's called the Bohemian Grove. Like, is it a real place? Is this like a restaurant in Dubuque, Iowa or something? I have no idea. And then, I ended up, the plane lands in California. And then we landed in San Francisco. And we went to, I think it's in Monterey. And, it's like 2,600 acres of redwood trees. Like, this does not sound exciting. And my first day, I'm dressed. I travel with a makeup artist, and she also gets me dressed. And if you're female, you're not really supposed to be there. So my makeup artist is a female. Some of the wait staff are females, and they all have to sign non-disclosure agreements.
So you're talking, no females are allowed in Bohemian Grove.
Right. So, but like I said, my makeup artist is a female. So I have my own trailer when I'm there. And she puts on my makeup and helps me put my costume on. And out the door I go. This is my first official job.
Your first job as a high wizard was to go to Bohemian Grove?
Right. And
first job as a high was at Bohemian Grove. Yeah, so I take it that's what the next. So Monday I'll probably start that, because tomorrow's Sunday. I'll get a sermon for tomorrow, and then do this Monday. Then the next part Monday. Cool.
Just so in case your listeners are curious, what does a high wizard look like? Because I've described it's a tuxedo of some sort, corpse paint on your face, a top hat, and a wand or a cane. I chose a cane because I thought, let's bring a little class. Because a wand looks hokey. It looks like, I don't know, it just doesn't look real.
Yeah, I'll put a picture up if I remember for people to see kind of what it looks like.
If you go to YouTube and look up the artist Pink, the official video of Like a Pill, she has a high wizard that appears in her video 4 times. The final 2 times, he's in the middle of a ritual or a spell. And so...
It does. Happens on the sets of movies as well. It gets filmed, and we see it as it is in the movie, and it's meant to be acting, but it's probably part of a bloody ritual. You know what I mean? Or whatever, just like in the music video.
I step out the door dressed like this, and I don't know. Do these people see high wizards on a regular basis? I don't know. Am I the first one they're going to see? Or am I old hat? Is everybody used to seeing me? And I stepped out the door, walked about 10 feet. Some guy came up to me, shook my hand, welcomed me to the Grove, and said he's been waiting for me. And I said, who am I to you? He said, you're the high wizard. You're the guy that makes all of our dreams come true. May not exactly be the dream I'm looking for, but I know the routine. So, all right. So while I was there, I met with the Illuminati. Now they have a Mr. Black and a Mr. White.
Yeah.
Now, the first time you meet them, nothing special. But the next time you meet them, Mr. Black and Mr. White are not the same Mr. Black and Mr. White.
What do you mean?
Mr. Black and Mr. White change. Every time you meet them, it's a different Mr. Black and Mr. White.
Wow. Isn't that interesting? It's a different person every time, but the same name. Not interesting. Well, man.
But every time you speak to them, I don't know if what you're saying is being recorded or if they take excellent notes. But let's say you met with one of them today. 2 weeks from now, you met with two different Mr. Black and Mr. White. 3 weeks from then, you met with another set of Mr. Black and Mr. White that you've never met before.
And they know exactly what you said, word for word, and everything. I bet you. Wow.
And you want to talk about a conversation you had two Mr. Black and Mr. Whites ago.
No probs for Jack. Like I say, there's another video to go, which I'm going to do on Monday. I'll do a sermon tomorrow. I watch part in a sermon, and Monday I'll do the second part, where he'll be wearing a red shirt. He'll be on a different day. I think it's about an hour and 40 minutes long, the next one. Just about 7 minutes longer than this one.
But you don't know if they know about it. So you bring up, listen,
that's kind of what I was thinking for Jax at the end there when you said about, the entity, different bodies, yeah. It's kind of along my lines of thinking, and not interesting.
About a month ago, I was having a conversation, and they'll start telling you about the conversation. Well, you said this, and we said that, and you said that, and you said this. Well, which part are you having a conversation? Which part do you mean? So I tell them the part, and they jump right into where they were, except it wasn't them. And they tell me the conversation, and they're able to tell me, the part that I'm having a problem on, I'm remembering it incorrectly. And they tell me what was said.
I have a question. Are they humans?
They are humans.
How's that possible?
I don't know how that's possible.
Thank you for watching part 1 of Zachary's story. We ran out of time and had...
Hold on. How's it possible? Was that what? I need to hear that back again. There we go. Let me just see from that. Babe, it says device not connected, and it says you need to allow your mic and that first so you can hear me.
What do you mean?
Mr. Black and Mr. White change every time you meet them. It's a different Mr. Black and Mr. White. You bring up, listen, about a month ago, I was having a conversation, and they'll start telling you about the conversation. Well, you said this, and we said that, and you said that, and you said this. Well, which part are you having a conversation? Which part do you mean? So I tell them the part, and they jump right into where they were, except it wasn't them. And they tell me the conversation, and they're able to tell me, the part that I'm having a problem on, I'm remembering it incorrectly. And they tell me what was said.
Wow.
I have a question. Are they humans?
They are humans.
How's that possible?
I don't know how that's possible.
Thank you for watching part 1 of Zachary's story. We ran out of time and had to schedule a part 2 that you absolutely won't want to miss.
There you go. Part 2. Oh, does it say what part? Hold on, let me add.
Video here, but if it's not, subscribe to the channel and stay tuned. And as always, if you want to hear the beginning of this conversation,
he doesn't know what it's called. It doesn't say what it's called down. All right, cool, babe. If you can hear me, it's it won't let me let you in until you say you start your mic. I think your signal's out of pot. Let me just think what time we got. Quarter an hour. So the second part, the second video I will do on Monday. It is interesting. Let me just see what the second one's called again. The video, just so you know, look out for it. So it'll be morning coffee, whatever, or afternoon coffee, whatever. But it will be called. Oh, was the wrong one? Watch later. Let's see. I'm with the red chat. Red chat. How's it going? Huh? Where's it going? Let's see. Got to be near the bottom. There it is. That's the one we're doing now. So the second one will be called Satanic High Wizard Escapes the Illuminati and Becomes Christian. It's an hour and 23 long. So it's a little shorter than this one by 10 minutes. So that one, it'll have the Illuminati in the title anyway. So yeah, actually let's see what what do you call it? Omi TV's Nathan's been doing. See if there's any funny ones. Let's have a look. He does have them in videos, doesn't he? Yeah, I see that. Let's have a look. If you look at a few of these, 15 minutes maybe. Have a look. All right, Alan, bless you, man. Nice one for turning up, dude. Right, let's have a look. This was the last one I remember seeing. Right, let's have a look at this one. 5 minutes 20. Fake space, fake moon landing. Let's see what they. Oh yeah, I think this. I've seen a bit of this one. Guy believes the moon landing was fake, but he still believes in a heliocentric world. I think heliocentric model. Let's have a look. Oh, yes, let's skip that.
Some kind of oxygen.
Do you think men went to the moon?
No, I think it's a load of.
Oh, okay. Well, that's a refreshing answer. What makes you think it's then, as you put it?
Because the flag, there's no wind on the moon, apparently, and in the actual video footage, the flag is waving. So I feel like it was
About the second world thermodynamics.
filmed in a studio.
You're not wrong.
Oh, there's definitely no wind in a vacuum, I know
What
that.
we've got around Earth is black, right?
Yeah, the void of space, yeah.
Right. So what's the void of space? It's a vacuum, right?
It's a vacuum, emptiness, really, isn't it?
Right. So if you were on the moon, potentially, what would you need to...
By the way, Nathan, lovely new haircut. Love it. Could you have got any more off? You know what I mean? Maybe it's not much different from before, you know, because you've got a little more off. But, yeah, nice hairdo, man.
to survive on the moon?
No, definitely some kind of oxygen mask of some sort.
Why?
Because you wouldn't think that there would be oxygen on the moon's atmosphere, would you? For a human being to survive, we need a lot of oxygen, don't we?
Okay, so you're going to need a tank of oxygen.
Yeah, at least
Okay.
a tank.
But could it not have a wheelbarrow of oxygen?
No, because a wheelbarrow isn't contained in an enclosed container.
So what you're saying is I need a spacesuit that's contained to keep the oxygen inside the suit, right?
Yeah.
So as you're in that contained suit on the moon that you obviously think we can travel to potentially, but they didn't go to, they lied, right?
Yeah.
When you're looking back on Earth from the moon, what's containing the gas on Earth?
So you got the nitrogen, oxygen, and other things in the atmosphere.
Like the spacesuit, what's containing the gas on Earth?
Only oxygen, isn't it? Is it?
What's containing it?
I'm not quite sure.
He doesn't know. He doesn't know. He probably hasn't even thought about it. Like a lot of people just take it for granted that it works because they say it does. That's the thing. He's had to think of a few things, though, hasn't he?
To be honest, not nitrogen, no.
No, that's one of the gases. Like you said, we couldn't have a wheelbarrow because the gas would all get out, wouldn't it?
Yeah,
So we'd need to have a container to keep the gas in. So
that's true.
So as we're looking back on this blue marble Earth from the moon that we can definitely go to, what's keeping the gas on the blue marble?
Because you would think it would escape somewhere, wouldn't you?
It's a law of nature called...
You'd think.
the second law of thermodynamics. Describes gas dispersing into vacuums.
You would think it would have to go somewhere, wouldn't you? At least escape somewhere.
Yeah, it leaves us with only one conclusion. If the sky was a vacuum, the gas we're breathing would fill the space and we'd all be dead.
Yeah, because it would be too much pressure, wouldn't it?
We wouldn't have any pressure. Pressure would just go into space.
True.
So space is fake. There isn't any space to travel to the moon through. Yeah, that was part of the religion you were lied to about when you were in school. They told you were on a ball and that ball was in a vacuum, but the gas would fill the space. We'd all be dead.
True.
Would you want to know something else there?
Go on.
Well, the idea itself that you are on a ball comes from base measurements of a flat Earth.
They're pretty good, aren't they? I like them as well, Jermaine. This is every now and again, on one of these, like, if I've got a look for a spare minute, I'll go and check one out and that, you know, check a couple out. I like them.
Yeah.
So, in order to create a
and thank you, Nathan, for again for promoting my channel on yours.
Ball in that religion that you were taught in school, you first measure the Earth flat to get.
There you are. Can you hear me, babe?
It's not my day today, is it?
No, so I had to text you because it said because I couldn't let you in because it wouldn't let me. It told me
No, my
you
Wi-Fi kept going.
It what?
My internet keeps going and it keeps roboting. It's doing me nothing.
But it told me I didn't have your mic on. All right, I'm just watching a couple of these. That one's finished. I've got to do the second one Monday. I'll do a salmon of some sort tomorrow. I don't know what I'll do in the morning. I'll do something else in the morning. I might do the Todd White. I'll do the Todd White in the morning and then do a salmon in the afternoon. So tomorrow morning, AM, I'll do Todd White, and then in the afternoon, I'll do a salmon. Then Monday back to the guy story.
And it's a good job I'm not doing the stream tonight on my phone.
Yes, it is. Absolutely.
Otherwise, it'd be knackered.
But mind you, this computer just can't cat, so you were okay with it last time. You went.
No, it was really good last time.
If it does, then you just let it go off. You turn it off and go back, turn it back on, and it'll still be streaming. Just everybody will be in the black, but it'll still be streaming. Then you can go back in and all that stuff.
Aye.
It won't stop streaming until you stop it.
I'll be on at 11:30 GMT tonight with Barbara.
GMT, yeah.
It's the super sidewind up.
It's probably like 4:30 for a lot of you guys out there. At some point, 4:30 p.m. At some point. It's for Barbara and that, isn't it? Roger. I can't remember.
Get angles to the stars to make the ball that you were taught in school. So to get to the ball, you first measure Earth flat.
Most possibly.
Well, definitely, that's how it's measured.
Hmm.
Do you want an example?
Go on.
You ever heard of latitude and longitude?
Yeah.
That measurement is a flat Earth angle to the star Polaris. If you imagine you're looking out your window and you can see Polaris,
Yeah.
if you measured the angle that you can see that star, that's your latitude. Yeah?
Yeah.
It's just a flat Earth angle measurement to the star Polaris that gives us that system on the maps. You never wondered why all the maps are flat?
Yeah, all the maps are flat, yeah, that's right.
But have you ever wondered why?
Maybe because it's easier to measure, maybe.
That's because that's how it's measured precisely. Yeah. That's because Earth is flat.
Most possibly.
Exactly, easier to measure because it's flat. You need your 90. I think the guy could pick up the information quite easily, but I don't think he'd be somebody that thinks too much for himself. You know what I mean? He'd probably accept too much. He'd need to go out and research himself. But it's good. It's good. I like these things that he's doing. At least people are getting a little bit of education and truth, you know, at least of the nature of the earth that we're living in. You know what I mean? Not nature. I mean the kind of, well, the orientation at least. You know what I mean? Whether it's straight, bisexual, you know what I mean? And what aspect it is, you know what I mean? The fact that we are contained, we have to be contained, and that we're not flying about in a vacuum. You know what I mean? All different vectors and speeds and motions going on, you know?
It's definitely
right.
That's how it's measured.
Good point.
By sustainable by design, it just defines what an
very good point
altitude angle measurement is. So when you're measuring latitude, you're measuring something called an altitude angle, which is just the angle I described. So you've got the ground and the angle to the star. Well, in that definition, it says the altitude angle, sometimes described as solar elevation angle, describes how the sun appears in the sky. The angle is measured between the imaginary line of sight between the observer and the sun and the horizontal plane the observer is standing on. That's how you measure altitude angles, like latitude.
Yeah.
Definitely. Earth is measured flat.
That's it. You might be right there then.
I am. Definitely. Not
He certainly is right, that's for sure.
might be. Right, you might see yourself on YouTube, mate. What's your name?
Connor.
It's been a pleasure chatting with you. You're not on a ball in a sky vacuum. Earth's measured flat.
Interesting conversation. I like conversations like that.
Space is fake. The sky's not a vacuum.
All right. Okay.
Have a great day.
Hopefully. Oh, hold on. What was it doing? What was it doing? Where is that one? I went on. I watched that without even. Liked it. Oh, this one, another one. And then another one. Hold on. What time are we on? Let's do the 8-minute one. Let's do the longer of the two. Let's do the longer of the two, then finish it there. That'll take us just over 2 hours. Let's do the longer of the two. And I can do the other one another day. Just remember, I've got one to do. Right. The girl lives on a ball. This girl lives on a ball, apparently.
Thailand.
From Thailand?
Yeah.
Do you have a religion?
Yeah, Buddhist.
Buddhist. Did you go to school in Thailand?
Yeah.
Did they teach you that you're on a ball moving around the sun?
Ball moving around the sun? No. I never heard about it.
Did they teach you
No,
Earth
I don't
is
know.
a flat plane?
No.
So what do you think? The Western world, we get taught that the world is a ball and it moves around the sun, which is stupid nonsense. What do you think?
It's a weird aspect, this one. I was like, I went on to it's like the old TV aspect. I'm like, ooh, how do you do that? It's a weird aspect.
It's correct. Why? What do you mean? What do you think?
Do you think that we are on a ball flying around the sun?
Yeah,
Why?
that's correct.
Why?
Because they say so?
Why?
Yeah, I just learned from my middle school, so I think it's correct.
Told you.
That is because you learned from school.
No, it's a religion. Came from the church.
Right.
Did you not
I don't
know?
know. I'm Buddhist. How do I know that?
It came from the Roman Catholic Church. It's about 300 years ago that they came up with a model of a globe, and now they teach kids in school all over the world that they actually stand on a ball. We don't. That's not how we measure the ground. We measure the ground flat.
Measured flat. Any measurement around is taken from a flat earth. It has to be. Any measurement is a flat earth measurement.
But you got taught
It's possible. I think it's correct. Yeah, I mean, we are standing on the ball because, it has, gravity, right?
No. Gravity is things going down towards the ball, yeah?
But the gravity, is key of, not to blow out away.
Okay.
Right?
So what does the gas do that you're breathing?
Hi, Jim. I think he's already had the Dr. Evil jokes.
Gas go down?
No boom booms. No. People wouldn't have understood, so he didn't.
I don't know. I'm not a scientist.
Or do you believe that the sky?
Do
you think the sky is outer space where spacemen can go?
Yeah. Yeah, I think so. Wow.
Do you think it's a vacuum? Not a vacuum is?
Yeah, it's correct. Don't you see the video from the internet? They are living in a space and there is no air pressure. You know, right?
So
and the water.
Absolutely, Sergio. A lot of wacky stuff beginning from 300 years ago. Yep, a lot of crazy stuff.
And the people are moving around.
So they're looking back at Earth that's got gas pressure.
Uh-huh.
Why isn't the gas on Earth going into the vacuum then?
I don't know.
It would. It's a law of nature. Gas fills space.
Yep.
If the sky was a vacuum, we'd all be dead. But it's part of that religion you were taught in school, that you're on a ball in a vacuum. You're not.
I don't know.
You're not. You're not on a ball. Love it.
Oh,
Are you a scientist?
no, this is what I do.
Are you a scientist? More of a scientist than the scientists out there. Yes, but not a scientist as such. Somebody uses scientific method, yeah. But scientist as the scientists you see nowadays, no.
I run a YouTube channel, but on here, on Omi TV, I tell people like yourself that they've got a religion they just weren't aware of. They, like you, just thought they were on a ball in a vacuum.
So Nathan looks like he should be in the movie Full Metal Jacket. Full Metal Jacket. Stanley Kubrick. Full Metal Jacket.
Do they know really well?
What's your name? My
name is P-O-A.
P-O-A.
Yeah, so how you pronounce?
Poa.
Poa?
Yeah.
Poa.
Yeah, that's my name.
Poa, my name's Nathan.
Sorry? Nathan?
Close enough. Nathan.
Oh, okay. Nathan, right?
Yeah, that's perfect. I'll tell you one more thing.
Yeah, you can. What?
So, what they taught you about being on a ball, to get to that model, to create that idea that is a ball, you have to measure angles to the stars off a flat Earth. So to get to the ball, you measure Earth flat.
I don't know. I forgot.
I don't know. Yes, you do know. You know now. You know now.
Like mathematics, so I forgot everything. Sorry.
It's okay.
I finished high school last 10 years ago. I don't know. I forgot everything.
Yeah.
Sorry.
But in the high school, like most people, you were taught
You do forget a lot if we don't do it. Like maths. You don't, like, not your basic maths, but like the harder maths. If you stop practicing it, it just goes. It's like, really goes. It does. I mean, the most advanced I get now is algebra. You know what I mean?
one world religion. And that religion is that you're on a ball in a sky vacuum. That's what everyone was taught in school. That's the religion of the one world.
No, it's not religion. It's just a science. What?
Definitely. But it's not, it's pseudoscience, but it certainly is a religion. Cultish one as well at that.
He's saying that it's a religion. No, it's science.
Nah. So science deals with phenomena, things happening, but the shape of the ground, that's dealt with measurements, not science.
Scientists in the occult world document. Absolutely, dude. Absolutely, without a doubt, man, Jeff.
And the world is measured flat. That's how the ball is created, with the measurements of it flat, the angles to the stars. I mean, till 3 minutes ago, you just didn't know you were in a religion. You just thought you were on a ball, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, well, now you know. That's a religion. You can be in it still if you want to. Everyone's entitled to their belief. You can believe it too.
Yeah, but I like, you are Roman Catholic, right? Roman Catholic. Sorry, I forgot.
That's the Roman Catholic Church is just where the idea that you could be on a ball, the men of the church like Kepler and Copernicus, they're Roman Catholic. They invented the ball that you thought you were standing on. They invented it. Not me.
No, they don't.
They did. It's called the the Copernican
I think
model.
That theory, the theory is created by Einstein. Is not correct.
Einstein created.
It's that from Einstein.
No, Einstein created gravity with 4 dimensions. So gravity in Einstein's invention is a bent space-time, which is also just maths. They wouldn't have taught you Einstein. They'd have taught you that things go down. That's gravity when you're in high school. They don't tell you about Einstein in high school.
Mm-hmm.
They just tell you it's a force that holds you on the ball. But gas expands outwards and would go into the vacuum, leaving us all dead if that was true.
That's right.
Okay. I see.
Think about it, sister. Think about it.
I see.
Can I see your face? You're off camera.
Yeah.
There you go.
This is me.
Right, give us a big smile. You might be on YouTube.
Really?
Yeah,
I'm
I'll
so
trim this out.
ugly. Sorry, I'm so ugly. That's why I don't want to show my face.
Okay, fair enough. I'll put minimum face in. It's Poa, right? Poa?
Oh, fair enough. You should have said you're not ugly. She's not ugly. Far from it. You should have told her she's not ugly, Nathan.
Yeah.
It was very nice talking to you, Poa.
Okay, so
Earth is flat.
yeah.
Excellent. Oh, again, hold on. Let me try right there. Right, I think we'll leave it there. Nice one, Nathan. But we'll get back to that story on Monday. Again, Nathan, thanks for promoting me in your channel. Give me a shout out every now and again. It always comes in handy. But yeah, that story of Zachary we'll get back to on Monday tomorrow morning. I'll probably do Todd White to do with Todd White. I think it's someone else talking about him. I don't think it's that a thing of Todd White. It's someone else talking about Todd White. So we'll see how that goes. Have a look at that. I don't like, but just in case anybody wonders, I don't believe in what Todd White preaches and stuff like that. I don't like the guy as a Christian. I don't believe he's a Christian, not a true gospel believing Christian. I mean, someone that says that he doesn't sins, but he ain't saved. That's only one person has ever done that and can ever do that. And that's Christ. You're saying you're sinless. Since because you're a new creation, you're now become sinless. No, that's not right. That's not right. You okay, babe? Babe? Still not getting through, are you? Nah, apparently our internet's all mash up today. So, okay, guys, I'll see you tonight in Flatches, if not tomorrow. But first of all, play out with Mr. Superside right now.
No, later.
Oh yeah, and Vicky's on tonight. Put your link in again. Oh, you managed to say that, but you didn't say it when I spoke to you.
I didn't hear you. Sorry.
Right. Actually, let's. This might still be the same one. I think this is it.
YouTube.
Let me just go. Yeah, that's it. That's Vicky's link for tonight. Her and Barbara's stream tonight at 11:30 p.m. GMT after Flashes.
Mr. Superside Winder's coming on.
Mr. Superside Winder will be on. I'll be there. Vicky and Barbara and whoever
and we
else.
will be discussing some more bad words.
People can get on, all in all. So another 2 people can get on if they want.
But we will be discussing the origin of bad words.
All right, guys, blushes. Let me just get Mr. Superside Winder up, and I think it's Anna. This one.
If you're offended by words, don't come.
Yeah, Mr. Superside Winder and Anna, you were meant for me.
Hi guys, welcome back to Your Ukulele. Today I'm going to be playing You Were Meant for Me. The first note is a B. I hear the clock, 6 a.m. I feel so far from where I've been. I got my eggs, I got my pancakes too. Got my maple syrup,
so much.
Hey. And I'm Mr. Super Save right now. Nice.
Amazing as always.
Always, mate. Always.
Always, geezer.
Always, mate. Always. Nice one, guys, for turning up. It's been a pleasure, as usual. We will see you again later, and then again later after that, and then again tomorrow, maybe twice. See you
Love
again.
you all.
Bless you, guys. Bless
Bye.
you. Nice one for being here. Here the sun sets free. It's free.
Indeed.
Indeed. Bless, guys. Ta-ra.